All right, so we're continuing to watch Tropical Storm Ian, which is closer to our forecast area. But real quick, what's going on with now post-tropical Fiona? It lost a lot of its tropical characteristics as it continues to move over the Canadian Maritime this morning. It is moving to the north at 23 miles per hour, and you can see the convection is displaced, but it is bringing some strong winds to those areas this morning. Again, we're talking about winds 85 miles per hour with wind gusts of 115 miles per hour. So again, that system is going to continue to pull to the north. And it's not a problem for us here, but it is going to continue to bring a heavy rain and strong winds to Canada through the next couple of days or so. So here's Tropical Storm Ian looking very healthy on satellite imagery. It is moving to the west-southwest at 15 miles per hour. We have winds about 45 miles per hour with wind gusts of 60 miles per hour, and it's about 300 miles south-southeast of Kingston, Jamaica. So it is going to continue to move into very favorable atmospheric conditions. So that's why we are thinking that it's going to continue to strengthen here. But it is going to hold on to its tropical storm characteristics as we go through the weekend, as it continues to move to the west and west-southwest. It's going to bring tropical storm conditions to Jamaica later on today. Now, as we head into our Monday morning, we are expecting it to strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane as it closes in into the Cayman Islands as early as Monday morning with winds of 80 miles per hour. Then it's going to clip western Cuba as a Category 2 hurricane as we head into our Tuesday morning. Now, as it enters the southeastern portion of the Gulf of Mexico, further intensification is expected as it makes landfall somewhere along the west coast of Florida as early as Monday morning. We'll continue to watch it, of course, but it looks like it will not be a threat to southeast Louisiana. Now, as you take a look at the tropical models here, pretty good consensus or good agreement, taking it through the central Caribbean, then eventually making that turn. There's one outlier here taking it into the central Gulf of Mexico. But again, tropical models are in pretty good agreement, showing a landfall somewhere along the coast of Florida, the west coast of Florida, as we head into our Wednesday. So if you have any plans heading to Florida, just keep in mind, especially around Wednesday into our Thursday, hurricane conditions are expected. So here's what's going on in the atmosphere. Here's Ian. We have a little bit of dry air it is running into, but the convection, it's so compact, it's holding its own, and it is running into a little bit of northerly wind shear. But again, this dry air is expected to thin out, so it will enter very favorable conditions or an environment as it continues to move through the central Caribbean. Again, the sea surface temperatures, it's hot, so definitely a lot of energy, that fuel for it to play with and continue to intensify. Also, I do want to show you the ocean heat content. So this is the water deep hot water, a lot of energy for this thing to again strengthen, and it is going to go over the loop current briefly, so that's why we are thinking that it is going to intensify into a major Category 3 hurricane as it makes landfall somewhere along Florida next week. So that's not the only areas we're watching Fiona and Ian. We actually have two other named systems here, Hermine and Gaston, again not a threat to the United States. And then we have one area out in the central Atlantic basin that has a low chance of tropical development again in the next couple of days or so.